I've seen so many owners try to pick up their female uro and then she'll just, oh, ow. Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's so great to have you guys. I also wanted to welcome all of my brand new subscribers and anyone who's randomly come across this video. It's so great to have you guys. So for today's video, what we're going to be doing is going over uromastyx behavior. And this is what your uromastyx is trying to tell you, part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, go up here and watch that video. Now with this video, just like I explained with the first one, a lot of these behaviors are very similar to those that you might see in other lizards, or specifically bearded dragons if you haven't already seen my What Your Bearded Dragon is Trying to Tell You series. So there are some natural characteristics that uromastyx have that bearded dragons have as well. So let's get to it. The first one is pancaking. Now this one you might have already seen with a bearded dragon, and it means the same thing. So basically with pancaking, what they're trying to do is create bigger surface area to either suck in more heat, or they're trying to appear bigger to seem more dominant towards another lizard, animal, or whatever it is that they feel threatened by. And this sounds very similar to when they inflate instead of pancaking, where they are flattening out and releasing air. Inflating is where they are sucking in more air to appear bigger. So with pancaking, they can still try to appear bigger this way, but generally that's going to be with inflating, that was mentioned in the first video. That brings us to number 2, which is the eye flicker. Now this one is kind of widely debated. It doesn't seem to be an agreed upon thing in the uromastyx community as to what it actually means, but from what I have gathered, it seems that they are trying to clean their eyes when this happens. Either that, or some uromastyx, when they have respiratory infections, there might be too much liquid going on here and they're trying to clear it out. Other times I've seen uromastyx have issues with shedding within the inner part of their inner eyelids, because this is actually something they do, and sometimes you'll see them try to get all that shed out. That brings us to number 3. Since we're already on the eyes, why not go to eye bulging? So this is something that you'll also see in bearded dragons and in other lizards as well. This is where they puff out their eyes and it looks like the creepiest crazy thing, especially if you have no idea what they are doing, or if you have no experience with the lizards. The first time I saw it with a bearded dragon, I thought my dragon was dying. I just thought it was dying. But no, I promise they are okay. What they are actually doing is they are trying to loosen the shed around their eyes. As you may or may not know, reptiles tend to shed their skin. Just like we shed little flakes, they just shed a whole one, or just pieces of it. This is what they do in order to loosen that shed around the eyes so that they can shed properly around there. So no worries, just kind of let them do their thing. It looks kind of crazy, I know, but I promise it's normal. Number 4 is tail thrashing. Now this one, I wouldn't say this is very common. With this one, I've only seen it happen once or twice with her, and it could have honestly been a mistake. So my uromastyx, I had to give her meds earlier in the year, and if you've never seen a uromastyx tail, they have these very spiny, sharp tails, and they, trust me, they are as sharp as they look. It is part of their defense mechanism. Because in the wild, when things are chasing them, they're actually very known for hiding in between the crevices of rocks. What they'll do is they'll go in between crevices of rocks or under slate tiles or anywhere that they can scurry and flatten themselves out, and then they will just suck in the air so that they can't be pulled out, and they'll generally put their tail in the back so that if the predator tries to grab them, all they can grab is that spiny, hurtful tail, and thus they're saved. Anyways, so when I was giving my uromastyx meds one time, she just kind of whapped me with her tail, and I would say that it's just part of defense, or kind of like get away from me type of thing. I wouldn't say that it's common that they just try to thrash you with their tail for a defense mechanism, but this is something that I have seen in the past. And that brings us to number 5, which is rolling over. Now this is super cute, and it's just odd to see, honestly, because you'll see uromastyx full out laying and sleeping on their backs, just looking super dead, and honestly it's the creepiest, crazy, most frightening thing. But generally this is something that females do. It's their way of basically saying, hey, I don't want to mate. Or it's also kind of their way of saying that they are also being submissive as well, but generally it means that they don't want to mate, they're kind of acting dead, just don't want to have anything to do with what's happening around them, basically. I've seen this so many times where people will go in and try to pick up their female uro and she'll just boop, and just kind of flip over. And that's her basically saying, no, I don't want anything to do with this, I'm good. Now, I have also seen a form of this where there was a Euro that was on their back and then someone was like patting their stomach and they kept doing this. I just want to comment on this real quick because it's very known for being cute and everyone finds it super adorable and stuff like that, but I just want to explain to you that this uromastyx is in distress. That is not them thinking it's haha funny cute. They are in distress and they are wanting that to stop and they don't want anything to do with that. So please don't be this person, okay? Don't do this, all right? And that brings us to number 6, which is hissing. This one should be pretty self-explanatory. Obviously they are not happy. Okay, when anything hisses, it's usually like not a good thing. This means that they feel threatened, they're trying to be defensive, or maybe they just don't want to have anything to do with what's going on, kind of like back up, back away type thing. I will say that if they are hissing, kind of try to adjust how you're approaching them. When you see an animal that's frightened, they're obviously frightened because they view you as a threat. So think about ways that you can make yourself seen as not a threat. So for example, instead of coming above to grab them, looking like you're a predator, come from below to grab them. Instead of coming in quick motions, come in very gentle, slow, non-threatening motions. Give them peace offerings, such as food. Just remember that these creatures are one of routine. So if you have a constant routine, then they will know what to expect and they'll be less frightened. And then last but not least, that brings us to charging. This is generally a male trait because males tend to be a lot more territorial. So what happens with this one is I've seen an owner put their hand in the tank to try to clean, and then the male just comes up and whew, just tries to charge at the hand because they feel that they are in their territory. Other times you'll see them charge and try to mate the hand because of hormones, and that's just how males are. So that might happen. So basically it's just them being hormonal and territorial. Alrighty you guys, I hope you learned something from this video and enjoyed yourself spending time with me. I had a wonderful time hanging out with you, and if you're still watching, be sure to stay tuned to the end for extra lizard footage and bloopers. So with that being said, be sure to like this video, share this video, subscribe if you haven't already. Also be sure to turn on the notification bell for this channel and my second channel, Alex's Random Entertainment. On this channel, this is not lizard related, nor is it child friendly. So please, please, please keep that in mind before you check out this channel. It has a lot of animation and adult content, basically. Also be sure to check out my website at www.lizardguru.com for fun things for you and your lizard that you won't find anywhere else. And if you would like to send me anything for whatever reason, go here, and here is my P.O. box that you can send me whatever you would like. Alright you guys, so as always, from my family to yours, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. But first, enjoy some extra lizard footage and bloopers. Mwah! Oops. I also wanted to welcome back all of my brand new subscribers. They don't talk about, ow, they don't talk about how irritating hair is and face. Woosah, woosah. Okay, can you move, sir? Thank you. Alright. It's really hot under these lights. Oh, I need some coffee and sleep. I've seen so many owners try to pick up their female Euro and then she'll just, oh, ow. Oh damn, who put that wall there? I hope you have a wonderful week. Yes.